On Monday, we had a legislator by the name of Senator Cory Brooks, not Brooks, Booker. Senator Cory Booker come out and stand for over 25 hours talking about the truth of what's going on in government and in the world today and the decisions that are being made by our decision makers, the ones that we elect for office, for us, hoping, looks like we're praying that they do their jobs. But seemingly what has happened, and instead of taking care of us, they take care of themselves first. And now they have been seemingly bought off so that they can't even, if they wanted to, actually stand up and advocate for the citizens that put them in office. Why am I telling you this? Because while we were looking at something legendary, something unique, something that should place this country in a tidal wave position to take back what we gave away. And that's we the people. The power of government lays in the hands of we the people. But we the people seemingly don't want to stand up and take that power back. And now we're beginning to lose some of the benefits and some of the citizenship rights that most people enjoy in these United States of America. You know, Senator Cory Booker gave us a platform. He gave us something that if we would carry it on, we would have the wherewithal to carry it on with that type of, leadership. There's nothing that we couldn't accomplish. But we seem to be a people that will go out for one event and then go back home and sit down and think that that's done something. Now, I brought this up because where Senator Cory Booker was a light for us on a dark path, it's time to start talking about the blights on the path and on the human race. What am I talking about? Some time ago, I was a little boy, and we used to get milk in the bowls, just something like you would give to somebody, so you could put your cereal or whatever in there. And man, I don't know if the fan caught it or whatever, but a fly went in my bowl of milk. And I'm like, wow, you mean to tell me as dark as he is, he would go into all of that white milk? I mean, to me, that sounded stupid. I mean, all I know, but there was a dark contrast. And that's the same thing in life sometimes. We have people, my complexion, or let's say the complexion of Representative Byron Donald, who would rather be that fly in the bowl of milk and agree with things to hurt not only people that look like him, because I don't know, he is the first person that I know that is blind and can't see, but he walks like he can. What do I mean? From all indications, he's a part of MAGA. MAGA is actually, as far as I can see, advocates for rich people. Okay? Now, granted, you're not going to get much with the Democrats or the Republicans because a lot of them have been bought and paid for. You know, I have not seen a poor senator, judge, no president, or government official go into Washington and come out broke. No, it doesn't happen. And they make, I thought the last time I looked it up, they make $168,000 or maybe let's say $200,000. But when they come out, they're millionaires. Something don't add up. And we don't even check to know what they make. What a senator got to almost commit murder to go to jail. You see, we put them in these lofty positions so that they take advantage of us and we do nothing. But I brought up Mr. Donalds because I couldn't take it no more. I have to shout out to the amazing Lucas, and that came from Jasmine Crockett, watching and just her bringing up some things that, you know, we need to talk about. Now, I said I had to come on this platform when Senator Byron Donalds said, "Daddy's home." I'm looking around, I'm trying to figure out who the hell he's talking about. Oh, he's talking about our new commander-in-chief, the head of the Republican Party, the man that's in charge, the man who actually has government, Republicans in there, Republicans in the Senate, the Supreme Court, and you know what he is. So all he needs right now for his kingship is actually all he needs is to get this place in a martial law type situation, and he will have everything he needs to be his own king in America. But that's not good enough for some people. They want to destroy this place. And you know, it's funny because Byron Donalds, Representative Byron Donalds is not the only one that's blind. We act like we can't see this. Martial law reverts to military command, right? So you get control of the military command, and you already got the government. What else you need? Now, granted, the military, FBI, CIA, secret police, whatever you want to call it, was all taken from the community. They come from the community. They're people in the community. Let's not forget. But sometimes the military has a way of conditioning you, something similar to slaves. They make you forget where your true loyalties lie. And if that wasn't the case, they wouldn't have turned away senators at the door of the Department of Treasury and let somebody like Elon Musk up in there. I don't care what the president said. But I don't want to get off track too much, because when Representative Byron Donalds said "Daddy's home," and I think everybody know who he was talking about. Me, myself, I won't mention the name, because when somebody slapped me, I'm not happy about it. When somebody takes something from me, I'm not happy about it. When somebody is doing something to hurt the people I love and me, I am not happy about it. Okay? And anybody that supports that cause, I'm not happy about it. Okay? Now, he also said that he believes that a lot of people hate him for his mate, the person that he decided to marry. Nobody. I really don't care who he married. He can marry a shoe. I don't care what color that shoe is. I do care about what's in your mind and your actions, and your deeds tell our community, and no longer just our community, because now what we have is we have centuries of people pitting one group against another so that they can never work together to accomplish something good for themselves. And they can't see it because hate is in their eyes. And when hate is in your eyes, you can't see anything. You can't even think. All you can do is be mesmerized by the message that has been played on media, social media, TV, all of its media, radio, everywhere you go, okay? And how you depict certain groups of people, okay, especially blacks, like you have something to fear from us, okay? Now, I didn't remember seeing no white people, European people being hung, burned alive, flooded out. You understand? Incarcerated 3 times more than anybody else. I don't remember none of that. And if you have something to say, let me know. Because I understand that Europeans, they invited them over here, okay? Let's get something straight. Because you act like we the criminals. Black folks the criminals now. A black man steals a candy bar, he get 10 years. Bernie Madoff or whatever steal billions of dollars, he go to federal prison. What they give him? I mean, most people got to understand the judicial system. You see, any positions of power are held by Europeans. So when you come through there and they look at you in a slave type mentality, they're going to treat you as such. Okay? And I don't understand how anybody that is aware about white supremacy and how things work in America can act like race doesn't play a part in life, in society here. Now, I am not angry and I am not trying to be prejudicial or anything like that. I am just talking truth. And most people do not like to hear the truth, black and white, because it makes them uncomfortable. But we have to realize something here, and that's black folks too. In this situation where they're talking about taking away, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, they've already done things to the Department of Education, the VA, all kind of things. You got to understand, that is not a black and white thing. You see, that's a unity thing. That's a human thing. That's a citizenship thing. And if you don't have the sense enough to understand that, it's like Mr. Fuller, Neely Fuller said, if you don't understand anything about white supremacy, then you don't understand nothing. And one of the things that I understand is, don't get me wrong, I don't apply that moniker to no particular person. I'm just talking about a system that's in place. And we act like we don't know about the system until we bump into it. And then we say that was his fault. What? For being born black and being brought over here? Now all of us weren't brought over here in those slave ships. And we have to understand that. Africans have been coming over here long before people even knew what an African was. And they didn't realize they was African. And one of the things is that history hasn't been lost. History has been used as a weapon, just like the Bible. And that was weapons are used to bring somebody under control or kill them. In this particular case, it was to bring black people under control so that they could help make this nation and the nation of others. And they were never paid for that. And people act like they don't know that, but they know one thing. The reason why you did it is because the Indians and the Europeans could not take the extreme heat, mosquitoes, malaria, and all kind of other things that black people were uniquely fitted for. And it's because of our DNA. It's because of all the things that make you hate us so much. After all black folks have done for this nation, and you still don't want to include them. And then what makes me so mad is that you take our brightest kids, geniuses, because you know there are more black geniuses than anybody else, right? If you don't know that, look it up. You take our geniuses and you catch them when they're young, and you know what? You offer them and their mothers and fathers all kind of wonderful things so that they can all forever be yours. And that intellectual property that they own, that they have here, belongs to you. You've been running this game for a long time. Now, they talk about a system that's not about color. Well, nobody told the people who run these offices, nobody told the Constitution, nobody told the police, nobody told the people that you work for, work with, and serve on a daily basis that this thing is not about color. I am not trying to make things too uncomfortable for you, but if it happens, so be it. Because you just tell me when I'm not telling the truth. But back to Mr. Byron Donalds. I really hate black on black crime because you know what? It puts us in a negative light. But guess what? I shouldn't care because you're doing it all the time anyway. Whether it's Africa, whether it's America, whether it's over there in, Brazil, anywhere that black folks are, you portray them in a negative light. So I'm going to partake in some of that because Mr. Byron McDonald, you are a blight, not on the black community, not on the white community, but on human race. And I'm going to tell you why. You align yourself with people that pat you on the head like a puppy. Now, if I were in their shoes, if you don't care about your own community, why in the world would I trust you with anything of value? If you turn your own people in, I know I can't trust you. So don't think that you're getting any kind of political office, by sucking up. Okay? Because they're not going to give you nothing. And you already got your answer several times. As I said once before, the amazing Lucas, I thank you for actually putting that back out. I am sick and tired of not calling people out that vote and act in the interest of people who don't need them, and they leave their own communities like you weren't raised. If you were, I am so sorry for you, because you have been actually, you remind me of a biblical convert, okay? You can't see the truth. All you know is what somebody told you. And like you said, if you were raised by your daddy, as you call him, and boy, if you still have a father out there, he ought to be embarrassed about you. Because for you to call somebody else daddy, especially when he's European and you African, because let me tell you something, whether you know it or not, 100,000 years ago, They said there weren't only nothing but Africans here. So how can he be your daddy? You see, sometimes that the ignorance of people really, it makes me go to the point that I don't need to talk with. See, he's lost. You lost, Byron. And I'm gonna tell you something. Even if you were to be found again, stay where you're at. And you're gonna find out soon enough just how much they love you. Because a man that can't be trusted, it's not a good thing. And today, I will tell you that I will leave you with this thought. The human race is the only race. Now, I'm going to read something to you by J.A. Rogers. All human beings through the ages may be roughly divided into egotists and altruists. The egotists, feeling insufficient in themselves, need someone to be better than, a sort of dope, as it were to provide courage to carry on. On the other hand, the altruists, with their inner strength, giving them a sense of mental well-being, endeavoring to see the good rather than the evil in others and how that good might be increased. The altruists, in short, see in other human beings but another version of themselves, and have always recognized the fundamental oneness of humanity. And let's go on to say, one touch of nature makes the whole world kin. And he was specific as regards to race. Of white and Negro, he said, I care not that she was a blackamoor. But let's go a little bit further. And so down the ages, the world is my country, Thomas Paine. And to do good is my religion. Now, in closing, even that sick man Darwin showed the growth of every living thing from a common organism. Walt Whitman, salute a monde, you daughter or son of England, you of the mighty Slavic tribes and empires, you Rus in Russia, you dim-descended, black, divine-souled African, large, fine-headed, noble form, superbly destined on equal terms with me, you Norwegian, Swede, Icelander, Prussian, you Spaniard of Spain, you Portuguese, you Frenchwoman, Frenchman. Each of you or each of us inevitable, each of us limitless, each of us with his or her rights upon this earth, each of us allowed the eternal purports of the earth, each of us as divine as any here. The earth is but one country, and mankind is its citizens. So, for you egotists, I hope you enjoy yourself, because the earth spins in a circle. What goes around comes around.